Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger. The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
What's he doing? No! What the hell?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mark back again with Wrestlfyi, episode 3. I'm here at Pound Town and Mr. Shadows once again. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
He's going by Mr. Shadows?
Yeah, I guess Mr. Shadows works. It has a nice mischievous kind of ring to it.
It's a really
I like
Avenged Sevenfoldy type.
I hate you.
All right, guys, we got a big show today. This is going to be the post-WrestleMania show. It'll be a week after the show, but, if you didn't watch it because you didn't think it would be good, you can listen to us and get your recap.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Last week, what did we do last week?
Predictions on WrestleMania. I think we touched a little bit on AEW NXT like we normally do. And, a good chunk of it was just WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with that was majority of the topic.
Yeah, just our own predictions and the match card as far as we knew.
Which, real quick, if you how were you pretty decent on your predictions or not?
I was pretty close. A couple of things changed after the podcast, which Morrison, he competed singly and all that stuff. But
yeah,
we were for the most part up on the card. But a few surprise things happened with Mojo and Gronk. We'll get into it.
Yeah, I got a good majority of my predictions right, so I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yeah. So last week's prediction show, I thought it was a good show. It a little bit shorter than the first one, but it's still around that hour and a half mark, which is what we're shooting for. Let's get into what's new this week in the wrestling business. If you did not see that today, actually, which is the Friday before you're hearing this, the Revival was released from WWE. Do you think they will go immediately to WWE or AEW?
I think so. It'd be a smart move for them because it seems like AEW likes to utilize their wrestlers. So I feel like the Revival wasn't being utilized in the WWE.
So
however, I've seen people saying that they think they're going to go to like Ring of Honor or some shit like that. It just wouldn't make sense.
No, it really wouldn't. So what is it, a 90-day?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, roughly 3 months. Yeah, roughly 3 months. I think they're doing the same thing they did to like Brody Lee, that non-compete clause. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see as the days go by. We'll keep you all updated on that. Revival would be a nice tag team in AEW. AEW does have quite a bit of tag teams, though.
Well, the Young Bucks have also said that they wanted to face the Revival before.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a tweet from 2018. It's a tweet from 2018 that they deleted. Matt Jackson posted, "One day the Young Bucks will wrestle the Revival, and everyone will rejoice. Remember this tweet."
Yeah, well, we're remembering it. Another thing that happened. Another big story today. Not entirely sure if it's true, but I've seen it floating around everywhere and with tons of articles. Ronda Rousey's comments to the fucking ungrateful WWE universe. How do you feel about those comments?
Well, that's what you get. You come in as a MMA fighter and get shot all the way up to the top where other people have had to work 11 years to get, and the fans will not respect you. So, yeah, I don't think they're being ungrateful. More so they're giving her a reality check.
Yeah, which is true. I was never a big fan of Ronda Rousey. Now, her MMA career I followed pretty closely. But I felt like she could have did a little bit more training. Some people loved it. Not me so much. I didn't think her promos were, on par.
People like her need someone like Paul Heyman. That she's just not good on the mic yet. But I also really, really feel like she could have potential if she gets the proper training. I get she's expensive. I get she's this big fucking MMA fighter and all that jazz. But you got to treat them like they're new talent. You have to. Otherwise,
no, for sure.
They're gonna think you just got where you are because of who you are, and that's not how that works.
I mean, it is how it works with WWE.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately,
in my opinion.
Your opinion is
no, I get
trash.
it, but
This is
You would
over.
never see Ronda Rousey in an NXT ring.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we are recording this on the Friday before you're hearing it. SmackDown is currently live. It is 8:05
Oh, it
p.m.
is. On April 10th.
Shinsuke and Braun Strowman talk to each other right now for whatever reason.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of trying to fill whatever they can with anything right now.
Is Shinsuke gonna face Braun for the title? Question mark.
Again? Oh, for the title? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, Braun's not the IC champ. Yeah. That would be a stupid match, anyways.
Yeah, well, they've done it before where the group will hold all the titles. So like
Yeah.
they have the IC title. What if Shinsuke wins the Universal? That'd be crazy. And then you have Cesaro over there in pre-show and shit. But whatever.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, look at Undisputed Era. They were highly decorated in gold.
Oh, exactly. Speaking of WrestleMania and pre-shows, let's get into the match card and results, starting with Cesaro and Gulak. I thought was a pretty good match for a pre-show match.
I think it was one of the better matches of the whole shebang, to be honest.
It definitely was. Cesaro beating Gulak kind of blew my mind a little bit, but it's nice to see Cesaro winning some singles competition.
Yeah, I also feel like Gulak's getting slept on because he is a great in-ring competitor.
Yeah, but they hyped him up like hardcore against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I know, and that was still a good match, though.
No, it definitely was.
Did you see Cesaro with that spin with no hands?
Oh yeah, I did.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed
It
that quite a
was.
bit.
Oh,
I
someone did the
we talked about this last week.
Yes, the helicopter.
The helicopter. I touched on this last week that I don't think Cesaro's getting all the credit he needs. He deserves.
Nope, they probably just have him there to say they have him there. He's probably getting paid decent fucking money.
Oh, for sure.
Like he has
He's
to do
willing to
half
do
the
whatever.
work and still get all the pay. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those. I feel like Cesaro's one of those WWE guys where he's going to be there. He's going to go through whatever they want him to go through.
Strowman just launched Cesaro out of the ring just now. It's pretty funny.
Well, I missed it.
Yeah. Got it
Matt,
on my other screen here.
the other pre-show match from day 2 will go to Liv Morgan and Natalya, where Liv Morgan picked up the win.
Wait, is there a match
Natalya
going on right now?
Yeah, SmackDown's on.
Oh.
Yes, hi Pound Town.
Sorry, I'm pouring my second glass of wine in 5 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, cracking my second Bud Light seltzer because White Claw's prices went up.
I think, dude, that was $20 at fucking Food Line, even for the regular variety pack.
Well, $20 was the normal price. It was on sale for 15, so it's probably just not on sale.
That
Is
shit's
it
been
good?
16, 17 bucks. Is what
It's
good?
decent. The
Bud
black
Light
cherry isn't
seltzer.
the White Claw.
It's not as good as the White Claw Black Cherry, but I mean they're pretty good. The strawberry
I like
one's not bad.
strawberry. Oh yeah, the strawberry is definitely my one.
But
we're
Liv,
talking about Morgan and Natalya.
that
Like I said,
match
Natalya
wasn't
never wins anything.
that match wasn't bad. I was just kind of confused at how you put Liv Morgan over Natalya, but then you have to remember they've been putting everyone over Natalya. It's almost as if she's there just to push, like put people
for sure.
over.
She's a big name. She's Natalya. She's part of the Hart family.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just like to see them actually let her do something for once, because she was what, Divas champ one time her entire career.
Yeah, Divas champ. Just let that sink in.
Yeah, so it's old.
Okay, well, Liv Morgan took the win. We'll see where that goes. Probably nowhere. But on to
I feel like
the
that was
next
just filler.
Yeah, probably. On to the next little note I have here. Gronk takes the fucking 24/7 title away
Don't
from
get me
Mojo
started
Rawley.
on that.
Now, Mojo Rawley versus Gronk? Question mark.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
And
didn't
I would like to see it. Sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead.
I would like to see it as an actual 24/7 title match, and then R-Truth come in and steal it.
That would be great. I'm pretty positive Gronk just signed with the Buccaneers, so I guess we will see if that is
would
true.
be absolutely retarded. But
Well,
we'll
he
see.
wants to be with Tom Brady again.
Yeah, well, does that make him make the Bucks better? Probably not. But
No. But I feel like if he is with the Buccaneers, we won't see him on the wrestlings much longer. I think this was just something to do to get attention to WrestleMania. Like people would
So
give a shit.
he's gonna have to drop the title here soon.
Yeah, 100%. He'll probably drop it within the next week or so.
Well, actually, with the NFL and the whole coronavirus thing, they don't even know when they're gonna even begin to start. So he might be with WWE for a little bit.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Same
I
boat.
just thought it was so dumb, and I feel like I don't know. I like when they have hosts, but hosts that make sense.
Oh yeah.
He
It's
doesn't.
like that's like fucking Kenny Chesney, doing the BET Awards.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't.
that wouldn't make any sense.
Oh,
But yeah, I just think
no.
Gronk is I don't know.
Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley hitting one of the best black masses I've seen.
Dude, that match was dope.
Now, him versus what's his face on Raw was 100 times better match, but can't win everything. Oh,
Yeah,
Apollo
you
Crews. Him versus Apollo Crews on Raw was definitely a better match. It drug on, but Apollo Crews doesn't get anything ever. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Apollo Crews was doing really, really well when he first started. Now it just seems like they just kind of throw him into shit. But like, look at that match he put on with Aleister Black right after WrestleMania.
it was beautiful.
I liked that more than the Lashley match, and the Lashley match
Yeah.
wasn't even that bad.
No, it wasn't. It was a decent match. It wasn't the greatest match of the card, but it was decent. Obviously Bobby Lashley did his Bobby Lashley thing, and then Aleister Black did his Aleister Black thing. Black Mass ends the match, like always.
Dude, that kick is so ridiculous.
It is. It's definitely one of my favorite finishers. It shot up the list right next to that RKO for me anyway.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of kick. I'm a big fan of kicks. I think when you talk about good finishers, at least nowadays, RKO is. Randy Orton's my favorite wrestler, so I'm gonna say RKO. But Drew McIntyre's Claymore kick, Sami Zayn's Helluva kick. I don't know. I've always liked the kicks ever since Shawn Michaels.
No doubt. I like the kicks. It just really depends on how you sell them too.
Yeah.
So.
No, big boots. Certain people, but
yeah, certain people.
On to the next match. Otis finally gets his woman. Otis beats Ziggler. Exactly. And they found out the whole thing unfolded as to who planned that and who actually did all that. And I thought that was a good storyline there, man. I feel like they ended that one pretty good.
Usually I don't give a shit about these romantic storylines. Like, look how they tried to do the Rusev Lana thing. But this one is actually pretty interesting and way less like days.
They're still trying to push that.
Is it Days of Our Lives like romance?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Back in the day, the romances were, spicy. That Edge Matt Hardy feud was sick.
That was ridiculous, dude. I thought that was the dumbest shit ever.
Because it's fucking real.
Yeah. But no, I thought it was pretty cool. She ran interference for Otis, hit Ziggler in the nuts, and Otis got that dub.
Got that kiss too.
So, fun fact, while we were talking, I heard people arguing outside of my balcony, and now there's a fire truck in the parking lot. So that's pretty.
Somebody got shot.
Somebody stopped me. That. Remember the mask?
Or you could have got stabbed.
No, you never know.
It's your neighborhood. Someone probably got stabbed over a fucking parking spot.
Dude,
since you have 900 resident spots and like 4 visitor spots. I felt like stabbing people over that.
Not me.
Yeah.
I got a parking spot. But
fuck your friends.
Yeah, so overall, Otis Ziggler bad match. It was cool. And it's nice to see that they let him win on that one because it's any other day of the week they would have buried Otis quickly. It's against Dolph Ziggler,
Oh, yeah.
But I liked the setup for this. I liked the build up and all that jazz. And then there's a good finish. They stuck the landing, if you will.
So, update on SmackDown. We have Kabuki Warriors and Bliss and Cross. Is this the rematch? Oh, I think they're actually having a whole rematch.
I think so.
Wow. Alrighty.
Yeah, we're actually...
Next on the list here, Baron Corbin versus Elias with Elias.
I liked that match. I liked it.
Well, you're a fan of both Corbin and Elias. So.
I like Corbin because he's a nice person as a actual
He was on
person.
Tim and Eric.
Was he?
Yeah, he was on an episode of Tim and Eric.
Baron Corbin's character is one of the worst characters I've ever seen.
And that's why I don't like him. Elias, I like Elias's character. I love the gimmick.
I like him. He was a bad guy.
Yeah, and I enjoyed, I enjoyed the win. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good match. I like the Macho Man elbow drop.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucking cool.
But that's one of those matches too that didn't make sense. It barely had any build up. You had him interfere, on Jeff Hardy's match against Corbin, and then he got hurt, and I don't know, that match he wasn't selling that back injury or nothing.
Yeah, no.
But it happens when you're crunched for time, I suppose.
I just want him to drop the whole. In reality, just drop the King Corbin thing, man. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, the King thing doesn't work that well because remember King Booker? It took a long time for people to even accept that shit because it was just you took this hard ass wrestler and made him this goofy, like uppity king.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing. Like they did that with Booker T. They did that with I think Wade Barrett. They did that.
I think so.
Oh, and Wade Boggs.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Wade Boggs, shout out. But I feel like they're just. I mean, they push that. It worked with Jared the King Lawler, but it's just not where I haven't seen it work again. Like with anybody else doing the whole King
Jared
thing.
The King Lawler, I don't think it was done a million times before that.
No, it wasn't. But ever since it was successful with him, they were like, "Oh, maybe it'll be successful every time we try it," and it's just not.
That's fair. But overall, I don't know. I like that match, but I also really feel like it was just filler again.
Oh, it was. It was a short build up to a WrestleMania match, which would never be a WrestleMania match under normal circumstances.
Yeah, at least not with that 2-week long. Like, hey, let's get this story running for 2 weeks and throw it in Mania.
Yeah, I mean they had to do what they had to do. So.
Yeah.
Kabuki Warriors versus Bliss and Cross for the championship.
I told y'all, Kabuki was dropping the titles that night, and everyone did not agree with me.
Look, I in reality, I wanted Bliss and Cross to win, but I did think Kabuki they were gonna hold it for a little bit longer. We'll see tonight though, because they're currently in a rematch. So
yeah, but they're not gonna get the titles. You know what's gonna happen? Somehow Asuka and her are gonna have their own fucking feud, and that team's gonna split up.
Really, you think Asuka's gonna feud with her, with Kairi Sane?
Dude, that'd be a good match.
Oh, it would. It damn sure would. But
I'm surprised Alexa Bliss hasn't turned on Nikki Cross yet.
No, Alexa Bliss is babyface. She's not gonna turn.
I know, but it's still weird.
It would be nice to see Nikki Cross turn.
That would make more sense because she has that whole unstable, super hyper character. I like them. It took a little bit for me to like Nikki Cross, but
saying random shit.
It happens. But that match wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. And they won. So there's not much to really talk about on that one.
No, not a whole lot. Who I wanted to win won, so I'm happy.
Yeah, same. Moving forward though,
Street Profits versus Garza and Theory with Street Profits retaining.
Didn't think I was going to enjoy that because I don't care for
Austin Theory's one hell of a fucking wrestler for a 22-year-old or whatever.
No, dude, that whole match was badass. You know what my only problem was? The rubber match for that the next night turned into one match 3 times, and that God, but we'll get into that later on. That match was cool, man, and it was cool seeing them Montez hit that flip and not land, on his soul.
On his soul on the ramp. God, that fucking hurt.
Oh, dude, that man flipped over and just landed dead.
It fucking hurt me to watch.
Oh, Sam, and I had it back.
It was a good match. Street Profits, I was going for them the whole time. They pulled through. I feel like it would have been a better match if they had the original tag team, with Andrade, but it is what it is, shit happens. Still a good match.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. At least we got WrestleMania still.
Yeah, it could be like everything else.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff getting canceled, and this is football related, but it's also related to Vince McMahon, the XFL has laid everyone off, and they said they are not coming back next year.
That was short-lived, wasn't
it?
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, that wouldn't have happened unless the coronavirus shit didn't happen.
Thanks, Corona.
I don't know. I feel like eventually it would have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Was there a
it was
high
doing
demand
well.
for it?
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't super high, but it was doing decently enough to continue to pay their players and stuff. So,
yeah.
It's not like the AAF where they just didn't pay anybody.
The XFL is the indoor one, right?
Moving. No, that's the indoor. That's arena football, which also ended.
Oh,
That's no longer
what the
a
fuck
thing.
is the XFL? That's what I thought we were talking about.
No, XFL was a hybrid of the NFL, and it was to be played over the off season of the NFL, so there'd be football all year round.
So extra football league, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Real quick, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna go back to this tag match, real quick. Did you notice how short that match was, though? That wasn't really a long title match.
What the Street Profits?
Yeah.
It's because 10 minutes later they had to do 3 more matches.
Well, that's fair too. Yeah, I forgot that some of those matches were recorded in the same night as their big match.
Oh yeah.
But it was cool that Bianca Belair ran in and
Belair making her man debut.
Yeah. But I feel like it's going to set up some really cool feuds. And I don't know, it might be pretty cool to see Zelina in the ring again, besides like Raw when we get to that. But that was kind of just a little quick squash match.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see her actually, compete.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like we're going to have some really cool stuff in the works once we get back to having live shows and stuff.
Oh, and let me touch on this real quick. I hope we sound a lot better to y'all. We have all upgraded our equipment just a little bit.
Well, I upgraded mine
this
a lot of it, but
you upgrade your so technically to David. I didn't because I was in a time crunch and COVID-19.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, right. So I got a slight upgrade, but it should sound better. On to the next match was the triple threat for the tag titles.
This was such a weird
Morrison, Jimmy Uso, and Kofi Kingston.
That match was so weird.
Jimmy Uso had the fucking bar that held the titles, but Morrison had the titles.
I mean, sometimes
so by default.
That. Did you see that fucking wild ass like parkour flip Morrison did? He ran up and then jumped onto the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Morrison is fucking phenomenal. Now, do I like the tag team with Miz? Not a whole lot, but
I like Miz better as a solo wrestler.
Oh, I like Morrison as a tag team, but I miss Eminem. I guess I'm just too used to Eminem.
Yeah. Well, not even that. I just feel like Morrison, if he's going to do a tag team currently, he needs to be with someone else. Because Miz, I'm so used to him being a singles competitor, not tag team.
Oh, for sure. And I'm also not a fan of Miz's blatant ripoff of Daniel Bryan's moveset.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Like, that was a gimmick, and then he just kept it.
I wish they'd bring back Mizdow.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, but Damien Sandow will probably never come back to that shit.
Oh, no. Kofi kind of got fucked over. I don't think Kofi, him being in the match was kind of pointless.
I just wish they didn't. I don't know. I felt like that would have been a fun match if it wasn't for the titles. I kind of think it's dumb to defend tag team 2 people titles in a singles like triple threat.
I felt it would have been a better match if they had the Usos versus the New Day for the chance to face Miz and Morrison.
Well, they already had that match.
Yeah, well, do it again.
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool to see that they, retain the titles. That because I don't know, some of the title like the title changes that night, I feel like would have gone over better had we had a crowd.
I was pulling for Jimmy Uso because, in my opinion, he was the underdog, and I would like to see the belts back on the Usos.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun on the New Day. Don't get me wrong, I love it. They bring the energy, they bring the hype, but they've also I feel like they're at that point where they can pass the torch.
Not a fan.
I love the New
I'm
Day.
done. I'm done with the fucking gimmick. It's played out.
You're played out.
Yeah, well,
It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
It's okay to be retarded.
You're right.
Oh. It is. It's 100% okay. Everybody.
Right. Anyway,
down for whatever.
Jesus Christ.
No, you can say that word. It's fine. I reclaimed it. I told my doctor I reclaimed that word, and he was like, "Why did you do that?"
Why did you do that? On to the next match. Owens and Rollins, with Owens taking that.
Yeah, well, remember that match started off with Rollins beating his ass and winning, and then
beat the shit out of him, and then he
smacked
beat
the fuck out of him
bricks out of him.
Wait, wasn't it a count out at first, and then they switched it?
No, well, wait, hold on, was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I think
it wasn't a count out. Rollins smacked the fuck.
Oh yeah, it was.
Kevin Owens the bell and got the DQ, and then Owens was like, "Hey, you're not getting out so fucking easily," and so he got the no DQ match. So
yeah, it turned it into a no DQ. Owens took the bell. Owens with it. Yeah,
there it is. That thing dinged really fucking loud too, dude. They smacked.
Hell yeah, it fucking dinged off his forehead.
It's funny too though, because when you saw Kevin Owens run off, I was so confused as to where that man was going, and then he dove off that giant WrestleMania logo. It's funny too because I was reading on his Twitter, on Kevin Owens' Twitter, that apparently he wanted to dive off. I guess at the Buccaneer Stadium they have that pirate ship there. I don't fucking know. He wanted to dive off of that somehow. So since he couldn't, he had to make it up.
He just went off the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah, off that big ass sign. So I thought it was pretty cool because you don't see Kevin Owens do stuff like that, and he did it. What didn't he do a senton off of the sign?
I'm pretty sure he did. No, he did an elbow drop.
And then he finished it off with dragging him to the ring and hitting him with the good old stunner.
The good old Stone Cold Stunner.
It's still crazy to me that you can hear how much shit they talk to each other in the ring with there not being a crowd. Like you already know it's going to be loud having people there, but you don't realize how damn loud it is when like.
Oh, if you watched Raw, Morrison actually slipped up and said he just won the title 10 minutes ago when he faced the Big Show.
Oh, so they did that on a match we'll talk about later. Commentary kept going, "Oh yeah, he just won this 30 minutes ago and he has to defend it." I'm like, this is Raw. WrestleMania was like fucking whole day.
Yeah.
The fuck.
But yeah, Owens takes the win. We're on to Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan, which not a fan of that match.
I don't know. I was kind of bored with it. You know, like you think Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn, and you're supposed to get really stoked about that, and I was just kind of.
I mean, the Hoover kick off when after Daniel jumped off the top rope was kind of cool, but.
Yeah, I mean, they had cool parts, I guess, but I don't know. That match just didn't. I don't know, man. It was weird. I'm used to seeing them put on killer fucking matches, and that one was definitely not one of them to me.
No, it wasn't. And then, as I touched on this last week, I said if Daniel Bryan loses, he needs to stop, and I'm still a firm believer of that.
I mean, it makes sense.
I think we're getting towards the end of Daniel Bryan. I really do.
I mean, he's already come out and said that he's, getting done with it, or wants to quit.
He needs to go back to being the fucking general manager of SmackDown.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Otis is up next, live on Fox.
Because Nakamura and Cesaro kept trying to interfere with that match, so Bryan had to throw them out the way, and that's what got him kicked in the face. Isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, nobody was there to help Daniel.
No, I thought Gulak came out.
You had Gulak, but I mean, it's still 3v2.
Yeah.
Like they could have brought somebody out to make it a little more interesting, at least even it up.
Yeah, but who would you have picked for that?
I don't really know.
Yeah, like there's not really anyone that really fits that.
Zack Ryder.
Oh,
Woo, woo, woo.
I love Zack Ryder, but nah.
Speaking of which, shout out Snickers. That commercial was pretty fucking lame.
Had me in the first half of that.
Moving on,
dude.
that was also for the title, and Sami Zayn retained.
This next match, it was so.
I wanted Sasha Banks to fucking turn so bad.
Even if she lost, a turn would have been sick. My ass is over here rooting for Naomi, thinking, she's gonna. Or I thought Lacey Evans would be the first one out. Nope, Tamina gone.
Oh yeah, I told you last week that they were gonna squash the big one.
I knew that, but it was just I don't know. I thought it was dumb. I thought that whole ending
Tamina
was stupid.
just inserted in there. So
well, they teased that dumb Bailey Sasha turn, and then she comes back to help her against Lacey Evans, and
but
that
if you watched the end, she had the little smirk at the end. Sasha did. So we'll see.
I know, but that Lacey Evans held her own in that, and I was kind of surprised that she did that well.
Oh no, she did for sure. But
I don't know. I hated the ending.
For those who didn't watch, it was Bailey versus Banks versus Naomi versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina. It was a 5-way for the title. It was an elimination match. Tamina was eliminated first, followed by Naomi, followed by Sasha Banks, followed by Evans.
No, I thought that match was just me.
Yeah, not a fan.
That's just me.
Not a fan of who won. I wanted Sasha Banks to turn, and I also picked Sasha Banks to win. That's where one of my predictions was wrong.
I remember you texted me. You're like, well, Tamina's out. I was like, all right. Well, there we got Naomi. And Naomi went out. And I was like, okay, cool. We got Lacey Evans. You're like, really? I was like, yep. And then I almost was right. And then friendship happened.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think Sasha just wanted her for herself, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah. Now, we're moving into the fun stuff.
Do you want to skip over this and go to the other stuff before we get into these two?
Yeah, let's leave these two. Actually, you know what? We'll cover we'll cover 3 matches, then we'll touch on the Goldberg, the Undertaker, the Cena. So let's drop into Edge versus Orton in a last man standing match.
Match was too long.
I thought that match was too long. It was interesting. Edge won, by the way. I told you he would.
Yeah, well, Randy Orton is my man, so
we have it documented a week ago today. You said Edge would lose. I was right. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, well, Randy Orton's there to put people over, and you know that, so.
Oh, yeah. No, I liked that match. I like what they were going for. They did catch a little shit about that match. You can't hang wrestlers from gym equipment. You just cannot.
No, especially with Dark Side of the Ring being fresh in people's minds.
Yeah. But aside from that, I thought it was a cool match. It did go on quite a while, but it ended for a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I got to see them utilize the backstage. Like, you don't ever get to see stuff like that. You don't get to see the backstage brawls and the boiler room fight. Like, you don't get to see any of that stuff. I did think it was funny though when Edge got up to the ring at the start of the match, and then that RKO out of nowhere.
The cameraman, that shit was sick.
The cameraman, that shit was hilarious. I got a little worried though, man. That match started with Orton just bodying Edge, but my boy turned around.
Yeah. Well, fucking rip my dick off while you're at it.
I liked the that weird swing Edge did off the workout equipment into the chair. I thought that was cool. It
was.
And then him hanging from that little bit of like fencing on the ceiling, delivering like that.
Yeah, dropping the elbow on the conference table.
That elbow drop was hard as a bitch.
Yeah, off that little cage. That's a weird little setup they got in there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it is weird. But Edge was selling that stuff, man. Whenever he got dropped, you see him checking.
Oh, we're talking about the rated superstar, man.
Huh?
We're talking about Edge. He hasn't missed a beat, man.
No. Edge was over there dangling his fingers and making sure, like, all his neck and shit was okay. Like, he was selling that fucking injury, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I did get a little concerned because they had like this just 20-foot ladder behind the semi truck that they kept showing, and I was thinking the dumbest shit, and they just had it there. Did you see that fucking ladder?
Oh yeah, I did. It's a super big one. Yeah.
Dude, that thing is obnoxious. I thought that was going to get used. I thought someone was going to go off that semi, but I like what they did because Edge.
He ended it with the same chair shot that Randy gave to him.
Poetic in a way.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it was pretty good. I thought, and the weird thing is though the amount of hits they did with weapons and getting slammed into shit and thrown and dropped, no blood.
Oh, none. They could have done something, especially because you're not doing it live. Come on.
Oh yeah, they have all day. They could have.
Undertaker bled for real.
Oh god damn, that thing was gross looking. But we'll get to that. I'm excited about that one.
So, me too.
Overall, man, I like the Edge and Orton match. It wasn't as I feel like if it wasn't so goddamn long, it would have been a lot better for people. But that seems to be the general consensus with that is that it was a great match. It was just too damn long.
They had to fill a certain time quota. So
that's true. So
on to the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair match, which fuck Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, that match was dumb.
But I understand why. Should have put this in the news and updates, but Rhea Ripley's work permit, whatever thing, has expired, so she needs to go back to Australia. So makes sense as to why she dropped the title. But
it was a good match. It was a good match. I just did not like the outcome, so I'm being about it.
You peeped the Vegeta outfit. Like her fucking attire was sick.
No, I agree. That outfit was dope as shit. She let's see here.
And she held her own. She held her own.
30-minute match.
Yeah, Charlotte just went after that knee the whole time, and I thought that got kind of old. But
yeah, but at the same time, man, if you see someone's weak spot, you're gonna hit that weak spot.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, she hit that weak spot for so long. She could have went to the figure 8, 5 minutes into the match. Yeah. But
I thought it was cool. Ripley hit that Riptide pretty fucking fast in the match.
Oh, she did. Oh, yeah, she did. But of course, Charlotte being Charlotte.
The only thing I got kind of bored with, I feel like she did the fucking figure 8 a lot in that match.
She did. Ripley was fighting through quite a bit.
Dude, I don't know why, man, but that inverted cloverleaf that Rhea Ripley does gets me so fucking stoked because you never see anyone use that move anymore.
Oh, no, not at all. It's a very underused move. Well, you got to be... I feel like you have to have a certain... Rhea Ripley's skilled, so...
She's also taller, I feel, so she has like that height where she can do that properly.
Yeah, that's true, especially in the women's division.
But
you got people like fucking what's her name? Alexa Bliss, fucking 4'9".
Dude, she can go though. She's a beast.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but Flair hit her goddamn figure 4 and won. So okay. I feel like when and if, which I'm sure she will be back, Rhea Ripley comes back, she will go to main roster. That's my prediction because I doubt you'll see that rematch.
Yeah, no, you will once she gets her work visa back and all that stuff. But we'll get into Charlotte Flair's next match anyway.
I'm curious how that's going to go because my one theory was her and Bianca Belair, but that got kind of blown out of the water.
Yeah, well, yeah, Bianca went to main roster.
Let's see here. But I mean, overall, the match wasn't bad. I just again, I did not like the outcome. That is all.
Yeah, well, I didn't either, but
somebody's got some feedback.
There were certain other...
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, we had some feedback going on, but I think it stopped.
I hope so.
Me too. But
okay, well, technical difficulties.
It didn't sound too horrible. It just sounded like if you paid attention, you heard it.
Well, it was probably me because, I don't have the great equipment y'all have.
There it is again.
I don't know. But
technical difficulties. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this figured out. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Next match.
This will be a lot. This will be a lot smoother once the quarantine and all that nonsense is over, and we can all really pal around and be in the same room for this. So work with us for now, guys. We'll have really high quality shit for you here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get a table and then attach microphones to it and have like a setup
and a green screen.
Yep.
Because we're gonna do this live with video at some point.
Yep.
But
I'll be ready for that.
Mark, what match were you finna talk about?
We're on the Ripley and Flair. Or no, we just talked about that. We're on the Lynch and Baszler.
That match.
I feel like they kind of shit on Baszler a little bit.
I feel like they're shitting on both of them. Creative they're killing Becky Lynch's character. I don't get hype anymore over her, like having matches and shit. And then Baszler, like they buried her in the Rumble. They buried her. They didn't really bury her. I mean, she put on a good match, but they're not gonna. It's like they just don't want to give her the win.
No, they not over Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is the man. They got a whole semi for her.
Well, the thing that irritates me is they gave Baszler that clutch, and that thing is supposed to be like Samoa Joe Coquina clutch. Like, you ain't getting out of that, and if you do, you're gonna feel like shit. And Becky Lynch broke right out of that thing and went the fuck off.
Oh yeah, I mean they gave her an unbeatable move, and then it gets beat.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a bad one. Again, it's like Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. It wasn't a bad match. I just, as much as I like Becky Lynch, I really feel like Shayna should have got that. Maybe they're saving it for something else. I don't know. But
Maybe they're saving it for a crowd pop. Who knows?
Yeah, but if they were going to do that, they would have waited for the Drew McIntyre pop too. But that's
true.
I just hope this doesn't fall into the, we're going to have 20 of the same matches for a feud. Like, we're going to see Becky and Shayna. It just gets old.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like the Becky Charlotte thing where it just kind of went on forever.
Yeah, but see, look at that, though. When Becky Lynch won, she picked, hey, I want to go against Rhea Ripley. Like, she completely changed the formula for that. And that's why I thought that was a really cool build-up.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go into these other two matches, or you want to go back?
Other two matches? We got three. The really fun ones. Well, let's see. Hey, Pound Town.
Yes, sir.
Should we talk about the Boneyard match or the Funhouse match?
Or do we talk about the two world title matches?
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
I feel like we should do one of the super crazy cinematography matches, and then we'll do one of the big titles, and then we'll do
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Let's. All right.
Is
we'll go
one of those the Matt Hardy thing?
No, that's a whole different brand.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. No, he's semi-right with the Matt Hardy, the filming thing.
Yeah. So
he's not all wrong.
Let's do the Funhouse one. Let's save the big one for near the end. I want to do Funhouse. Let's do Funhouse.
You want to do Funhouse? I don't know, man. I feel like we can go on about that one for a little bit because it's a big topic and a lot of people aren't liking it. So
okay, fine. Let's just say let's go into Goldberg and Braun Strowman. That match was stupid.
It was fucking dumb.
I mean, well, here's the thing. They could have
surprised the hell out of me though.
Well, the thing is, though, from what I was reading, Goldberg was coming up on the end of his deal with them, so you could have put Gilbert in that match, and Goldberg would have lost. He was going to lose regardless. And apparently, there were talks of Jeff Hardy being the one that would win, which would be cool. But I don't know. I'm kind of glad they gave it to Braun, even though the second Roman Reigns comes back, Roman Reigns is taking that title. But I just feel like, I don't know. They're burying Braun, so this was cool to give him a little bit of the spotlight, give him the title, maybe able to light some sort of fire under their asses to put him into some cool shit. I don't know. But that match was, I don't know. It was really short, and maybe it was just because there wasn't a crowd there to pop when Braun Strowman kicked out of the jackhammer and this and that. He hit four spears, and then he hit 4 spears, and Braun countered the jackhammer. I'm sorry. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was really quick, like a traditional Goldberg match. I don't know why people are pissed off that the match was so short. You never see Goldberg in long matches.
Never, not in his whole career.
So thank fuck Goldberg's out. Cool. I'm happy for Braun. I'm looking at this website. CBS Sports gave it a D+.
I thought it was better. I thought it was worse than D+.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like a D was good.
Yeah. I like D.
I don't know. There's not much to talk about with that match, man. Every time they bring Goldberg in, it's just the same old bullshit. And I don't like Goldberg to begin with because of the Fiend thing.
Which we all knew Goldberg wasn't hitting the jackhammer on fucking Braun Strowman.
Dude, he could barely hit it on the fucking Fiend. He barely hits it anyways on anyone.
Yeah. So we can segue into the cinematic masterpiece that is the Boneyard match.
Dude, that match, I only had one problem with it.
And that is?
That shit Metallica song they used.
Oh, yeah, well, hey.
That is it.
Metallica, David.
What was it, Fuel?
No, it was some new song. Newer. I don't know the fucking name of it. It was so bad.
Okay, I'm not gonna defend Metallica, but
no one should, really. If you're under the age of 50, you probably shouldn't be defending it.
I draw the line at Injustice for All, and before that, anything after, nope. Well, that's just.
I draw the line at all of it because it's all really bad.
That's fine.
It's sad dad butt metal.
No, well, a little bit. Hey,
it's like
so
I get Metallica and Trapped mixed up a lot.
Okay, that's a reach. That is a reach. Secondly,
reach around.
Ooh, you promise? Hey, check it out. So, I don't know why my dumbass fell for that hearse intro they did because I totally was like, oh yeah, Undertaker's in a hearse.
I fell for it too.
I fell for it because I totally forgot about the fucking motorcycle that he's been, hinting that he was going to come back to. And then Styles pops out that coffin. That was the hardest shit ever. That was cool as fuck. I thought it was great. And then Taker showed up on his motorcycle, of course. It was pretty good. Real quick though, with that match, I apparently, and I don't know how true this is, and we may have to fact check it, and we'll get back to it next episode if we have to. Apparently, Kurt Angle was the one that came up with kind of like the idea for how that match was going to go, and Triple H kind of
that was Hardy's thing. Come on now.
Well, I know, but Kurt Angle came up with I don't know. He came up with something. I don't remember it because I don't know. I don't really read shit like that. But the thing I thought was interesting was that apparently Triple H told Taker and Styles just to kind of go out there, and a lot of that was improvisation.
Improv.
Really bad heartburn. I mean everything from the shit talking. Huh?
So that hamburger helper coming to get you.
It is not helping me right now. That match was cool, man. I liked it. I thought it was cool how they started at the car. They went to the grave. They went up on the roof. The druids. I did kind of get shocked at how hard he hit that fucking window and busted it, and instantly his arm was ripped to shit.
Yeah. No, if y'all didn't know, that was a real injury.
And he sold that shit. But it was cool. The only thing that kind of got me a little bit was like you had Anderson and Gallows and those druids show up. You would have thought Kane or someone would have popped up. That would have been really, really cool for that style of match. It was shot like a crazy high quality like fight scene in a movie.
Yeah, but it's the Undertaker. He can handle anybody.
Yeah, I know.
Except for Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But
we don't talk about that. But I don't know. I liked it, and I really feel like that is the style of matches they need to have for the Undertaker because he is old. His body can't do half of what he used to do. Granted, yeah, you might not get to see the old school or some other moves that he does, snake eyes and all that shit, but you'll get to see him. He looks good. The dude can get around a little bit better, when it's kind of at his own pace. Because if you think about it, there was a lot of space and a lot of walking around in that, so he had time to catch his breath. He had time,
Oh yeah, that took 8 hours to film.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
So, it was definitely the best match of WrestleMania in my opinion. Now, opinions are opinions for a reason. I definitely hope to see that again. After that match on Twitter, Mick Foley posted a video. It was like, Vince, can I please be in the next Boneyard match? Now imagine that.
Yeah, but they're going to set up for Sting and The Undertaker. They keep talking about that shit.
Yeah, well, Man, who the hell's gonna win that match?
Fuck alone though, man. Like that man got hurt really bad.
Let him just fucking go to bed.
Yeah. But that match was cool with the Undertaker. I liked where Styles threw his ass in that grave and thought he had him, got up on that fucking tractor, and then
he was behind him.
Pops up behind him. The shit talking in there where he was like, "No, man, hey, you fought like no one else could. Like, it's okay." And Styles like, "I'm sorry. Please don't." And Taker.
And he turned around and booted his ass.
Spartan kicked the dog shit out of him. I don't know. I liked how cheesy it was. It was so cheesy. It was like a Jason Voorhees like campground horror movie. I thought it was really fucking cool. I liked what they did with it. I would like to see another one. I just hope this doesn't come down to like they do this kind of shit every pay-per-view because you're going to steal the flame. Like leave that for the Undertaker. Leave that for Mania. You know, you got to make it special.
Oh yeah, man, you got to keep it not oversaturated, I should say.
Yeah. Me personally, A+. That match was great. I've watched it 4 times. I've watched that match 4 times since.
I'll continue to watch it.
I liked it quite a bit.
I'm gonna show my kid that. I'm like, listen here, look at this.
This is history. Do you want to save the Funhouse match?
So let's go to Lesnar and McIntyre, which thank God McIntyre
Okay, let's
won.
be honest. That match went exactly how we thought it was going to go.
Oh, no, for sure. That's 100% how I thought it was going to go.
He kicked out of that F5 real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Kicked out.
He kicked out at 1, kicked out at 2.
He kicked out at 3, I think.
You can't kick out at 3.
He kicked out of 3. Of 3. 3 F5s. I don't know, man. I feel like that Claymore kick, just with him and Lesnar, that Claymore kick looks way scarier. Like every time I've seen him hit him with it, it's way more.
Kicks the shit out of him.
Lesnar, bless him, he fucking sells the shit out of it.
Oh no, he's not the worst seller in the world. I'll tell you that.
Well, I also feel like he wanted to work with McIntyre, so he's going to put on a good show.
Oh, for sure. He definitely had interest in the match.
But that match was really short. A little bit longer than the Goldberg match, but it was still really short. I don't know. I just feel I'm torn because I feel like Drew McIntyre deserved that win in front of a crowd and they should have waited. But at the same time, if he's going to win it, what better place than Mania, you know?
No, I'm with you on that. Because Mania is definitely, I mean, it's the grandest stage of them all, as they say.
Yeah. But I don't know. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about it. I mean, McIntyre got what he deserves. He went from 3MB to the fucking champion now. Like, that's nuts.
Oh, yeah, for sure. How you doing over there, Mr. Poundtown? How's your wine going?
Oh, it's good. Sorry, I was on mute. I'm arguing with Marina right now on Facebook.
Excuse me. That's not good.
She posted some fake news. And I'm just...
Oh, let's not get political here.
So, okay, I'm not. It has nothing to do with politics. It's about she posting about the 5G shit, and it's like they got debunked.
Oh, the towers?
Yeah, it's like this shit got debunked already. She posted shit from last year, and she's like, I need to move to a mountain. Sorry, I've had wine. Nothing against Marina. She should just probably look up shit before she posts it. Boomers do that.
Okay. None of our viewers probably know who Marina is, but that is Mr. Shadow's girlfriend.
Future wife.
And Mr. Poundtown loves to fuck with her.
No. If I see something, if someone posted something fake about one of your favorite wrestlers, you'd probably get on there and be like, well, wait a minute now. He does have a big hog.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just have fun with that later, David.
Well,
I'm
all right,
sorry,
then.
but I've had a whole bottle of wine now.
All right. So, what's next?
Let's go to the mindfuck that was the Firefly Funhouse. I technically match, but yeah, it's a gray area.
Yeah, that was weird. It wasn't like you saw like one move really in that match.
Yeah, you saw the Sister Abigail, and that was it.
I thought it was cool.
But
And the claw.
and yeah, the Mandible Claw, yeah.
But I thought it was pretty cool. I feel like it could be two things. It could be a tease at a Cena heel turn, which I still feel like we won't get, or it could be a tease at his, like going away.
Yeah, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But speaking on the match itself, I really enjoyed it. A lot of people are hating, and I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I think,
I thought it was cool. They went from like the Macho Man promos to all that stuff. I don't know. I thought it was
yeah,
a really cool
they
way to.
started out with John Cena coming out, then they all of a sudden he's in the fun house, then he goes through the door, and then he's 2002 John Cena.
I'm just kind of curious as to why they did it the way they did, and I just really feel like it's like they don't want to risk Cena getting hurt for like a movie or some shit. Like that's probably why they did it the way they did.
Yeah, but the ruthless aggression thing was cool, where he swung and he kept ducking under it.
It was silly. I
And
don't know.
then
It had a really weird, corny.
the Hogan Macho Man promo, they did that perfectly.
They that good shit thing was pretty cool.
And then the Too Sweet came out in NWO. Which, if you watch the beginning of that, it said Monday Nitro on TNT. That was funny.
Yeah.
The logo still said TNT. So I'm like, I don't know if you should have done that. Let's promote the competitor while you're at it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I mean, it was a cool way of doing it, though. I don't know. That match was so goddamn weird. I don't really know what to say about it.
No, it was definitely a mind fuck, and that was the whole point, though. A lot of people are questioning whether it's a match or not, but the whole point was to get you to watch it, and you couldn't take your eye off of it. That's
Well, they definitely did that. Trust me.
oh yeah, and that's what they did. Now, like I said, we'll get into a little bit of the aftermath of that a little later, but that seems to be your WrestleMania card, winners, losers, and our thoughts.
Let's see. What you got?
Also, I'm going to add to the end of WrestleMania, fuck Gronkowski.
Don't get me started on that shit again. Yeah, he existed for a second.
But overall, it was pretty good. Your favorite match from Mania was?
Ooh. I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon. My favorite was the Boneyard match.
100%, mine too.
I don't know, just because it was something new, something fresh, and it was cool seeing the Undertaker look so good.
Oh, he did. He did. He was Mark Calloway at his best.
I thought it was fucking wonderful. What about you?
Oh, I did too. My top three would be the Boneyard match, the Funhouse match, and Edge and Orton. That'd be my three.
That's fair.
So, on to middle of the week NXT and AEW. We kind of touched on Raw throughout the WrestleMania, so we're just gonna go right to NXT and AEW on Wednesday. Didn't watch a whole lot of NXT once again. AEW kind of kept my attention. But
I didn't really watch any of it. I barely watched AEW, and I love AEW.
Yeah, it was a rough week.
Yeah, I feel like it.
That 3 matches in a row on fucking Raw kind of put me off, but
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with that. I thought it was pretty cool. Like they had a rematch, and then the Bianca Belair debut was cool, and then the singles match of Bianca Belair was cool. But then they threw a 6-man tag in it, and I was like, okay, this is taking
yeah,
too goddamn long. But that's just me.
yeah. I mean, they like I said, once again they had to pre-record something and they had to fill it with something. So
Yeah.
that will be that. On to NXT. We'll start with AEW. Gargano finally beats Ciampa, and that match was, from what I'm reading, absolutely terrible.
Really?
Yeah, like the reviews on that match, you go on every recap site, it's F across the board.
Yeah, I was watching bits and pieces of it, and I thought it was pretty interesting, but it just seemed like they spent more time slamming themselves into shit and throwing shit at each other and hitting each other than using the skill that they both have.
Oh, my bad. I said I'll start with AEW. We're starting with NXT. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Io won her number one contender match to go against Flair. Now, I think Charlotte will squash her. I don't want her to, but I think she will.
Well, with her just now winning the title, yeah. I feel like
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even know when this match is going to happen.
yeah, well, given the circumstances, yeah.
So we'll see how long it takes to get that match. Might be next week on NXT. Who knows? That'll be interesting to watch. Oh, and back to the Gargano and Ciampa thing. That is the end of that. As Triple H said, that is the end of that. No more of that feud. But
Thank fuck.
yeah, Gargano came out on top, so we'll see where that puts him. I don't know where that's gonna put Ciampa at.
I don't know. I feel like they're just like exhausting their ideas because I feel like their roster's limited to what they can do, so they keep on pulling in these big shots and big pulling people, thinking it'll bring some attention or some sort of views. But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, making it just constantly all the time old.
Yeah, it was definitely played out. They definitely knew it was played out, and they decided to end it. They ended it in one of the worst ways they could, but that's wrestling for you.
Yeah.
Oh, the Io Shirai, whatever the fuck. That was also a ladder match. Decent match. Not the greatest thing in the world. But the NXT Money in the Bank was pretty cool. They had like the little briefcase with the NXT logo on it. So that was rather cool. On to AEW. Fucking Britt Baker's face got obliterated.
Dude, she got. I looked away and then looked back and saw just blood.
Oh, her face, dude. Her nose had to have been broken. Like it had to have been broken.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I mean, it was also a really, really good match. I thought it was one of the more competitive matches I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm trying to like Baker, but I don't know.
You're not a fan of Britt Baker?
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of like forcing her.
I can see that.
But
But
I guess we'll see. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm trying to get into her, but I can't.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. Cody surprisingly beat Sean Spears to move further on in that TNT title bracket.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
It did. I really thought Sean Spears was gonna move on.
Yeah, so did I, but I feel like they're either setting up for Cody and that Lance Archer dude because he's in that bracket too. I would like to see Darby Allin take the whole thing, but that's just me.
Yeah, big fan of Darby Allin. Although that the fuck is I'm drawing a blank. The guy that just debuted last week,
Talking about Lance
the
Archer.
big scary guy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think he's a beast.
No, I
He's an
agree.
absolute monster. But
Dude is
that's
like ridiculous.
oh no, he is. He's phenomenal. But that seems to be all we have for the NXT AEW recap. Very short. Didn't watch it in its entirety, so I'm sorry for that. If you care more about that, I apologize. But another big question: will we see John Cena again?
I get see, and that's that weird thing where it comes down to like, was it a send off or was it
Was it a
build up
send
for?
off? Is it a heel turn? Is it a fuck you? Is it a what is it?
I don't know. I'd like to see that heel turn. I feel like it would be cool.
Oh, I'd love to see the Fiend bringing the worst out of John Cena, and he comes back as a bad guy. I mean, last time you saw John Cena as a bad guy was fucking Word Life, and that wasn't really a bad guy.
No, that was just kind of him being like against like authority and shit.
Yeah, he was just being a rebel at the time.
Yeah. Let's see.
But
I feel like we're
I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. with that. Currently on SmackDown, we're looking at
I haven't even been watching.
what are we looking at here? The recapping. Well, it's a recap, but there was the Usos, New Day was out there, and Miz and Morrison were in the ring. So yeah, you'll have Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke tonight.
I'm sure that'll be neat.
So we'll get to talk about that next week.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to recap on everything. Overall, Mania was decent for what it was. I don't want to see a pre-recorded Mania ever again, but
It's cool.
worst
we
case scenario, they
Mania
know how to do
to a
it.
degree.
To me, that wasn't a Mania. I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Mania. There was no crowd pop. There was no, there was a bunch of filler matches. It just didn't feel like a Mania to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad we still had one instead of not having one, but I would
Yes, it's better than nothing.
I don't want this to happen unless it is like absolutely last resort,
Oh, for sure. I want to touch on some articles I've been reading about. Apparently, starting this Monday, Raw and SmackDown are going back to live. Now, I don't quite know how or where, but how do you
At
feel
your
about
mom's
that?
house.
Well, I mean, possible.
I don't know. I mean, we've already had the live no audience show, so I feel like much won't. I mean, nothing will really be different.
That's true, but I guess they have. I mean, to sit there and say they're going to come out and be live again, they must have somewhere they're going to do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, are they going to keep it at the Performance Center? Or are they going to find a different venue?
Well, they can't. The Performance Center was closed. Like,
oh yeah.
closed. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure we'll look into that and see what happens.
Yeah. Another news: Dana White actually canceled the UFC that he was trying to do at the fucking private island.
Oh, did he?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he ended up canceling it. Yeah, Dana White was literally. He said he was a couple days away from buying a private island to hold his UFC events at.
I don't even know how that would work for travel, though.
No, it's because he couldn't fly out of state or out of country people into the United States, so he was just going to fly them there via private jets.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's a lot of money to do that with too. But he's
well, if you can buy a private island, I think you're good on money.
Oh yeah,
I know he has it.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
it's like when people are like, "Damn, could you imagine how much an oil change is for a Lamborghini?" It's like if you are able to buy a Lamborghini, I don't think the oil changes are gonna. By the way, oil changes on a Murcielago are about 34 grand.
Yeah, so I don't need that car ever in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, I mean, that's really it. I think we covered everything on this.
We covered Mania, we covered NXT and AEW, we covered Raw. SmackDown's currently on. We covered the news and updates. We recapped. Yeah, we went through it rather quickly, but we went through it. But we still got some more. We still got some more left on the show here.
Yeah, because you got to do the questions, right?
Oh yeah, I know we got to do questions. I got some lined up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if you want to start doing the questions.
We didn't get a lot because the questions people wanted to ask had nothing to do with what we were doing tonight. Like they were really, really off. So I want to save those for next week.
Oh.
But the questions towards WrestleMania, let's see here. Troy asked, should the cinematic style matches be used more?
The cinematic style, like I said, we touched on this a little bit earlier. I think it should be an Undertaker thing, and I think it should be rare. Just because I don't want to see it, get oversaturated and get boring.
Yeah, that goes back to what I said too. Save it for Taker, or save it for the fucking like Sting, like people that can't get down like they used to, but only use it for big pay-per-views, like not like save it for like SummerSlam, Mania, shit like that. Don't use it every goddamn chance you can. That's just me.
You know how Vince is.
Oh yeah. Josh asked who should have been in or should have been called up to the roster after Mania other than Bianca Belair.
Well, let's see. Nobody else from NXT other than Rhea Ripley was a part of WrestleMania, but with her work visa expiring, she will come up to the roster.
That's what
It's just
I think.
a matter of time.
Let's see here. Marina asked, "This
I
is
like
going to
to add on that. I like to see Ciampa come up finally because he just lost to Gargano. So I think it's time for Ciampa to come up.
I'm so scared for people to move up from NXT because they get buried so quickly. But Ciampa would be cool in the main roster just to see who
Ciampa's Triple H's boy, man. I think he'll be all right.
That's fair. Marina asked a two-parter, but this is also gonna, well, not necessarily a two-part. Like it's gonna have me and you answer. Favorite match from night 1 and night 2. Me personally, I don't remember what match was what night, but my two favorite matches from the whole thing.
Boneyard Night 1, Firefly Part 2, or Night 2.
See, that's the thing. Like I don't want to pick both of those. Like my main instinct is to say Boneyard match and then Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. But we also have never seen stuff like the Funhouse match, so I'm kind of torn between those three.
I gave you my 3. I mean, it's going to be sound cliche to say it like that, but the Boneyard match is untouchable, and that Firefly Funhouse match was just fucking amazing in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, it was cool. And then she went on to ask, how did we feel about the John Cena match since there wasn't really a fight, which we kind of touched on.
Yes,
I
we
don't think it was meant to be a match. I feel like it was more to be like a story being told, kind of showing Cena his flaws and who he really is and that kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
like the chair shot.
Technically a qualified referee, but he did count 3 on him.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It was interesting. I think it was pretty cool.
There is that. Do you have any more questions to throw in there?
No, that's really it. I mean, the other. Let me see. How do you work the internet? Yeah, the only other questions that there were ones like, let's see. Got to pull this up. It's in a different chat. Let's see. What'd they ask? They said, where'd it go? Oh, it was a comment on my post. Yeah, I can't find it. But they were like fantasy matches and stuff like that. I have to look for it. I can't find it.
Oh, I
We
didn't
can
see
get
the
into some
question.
fantasy matches.
I saw a question.
Oh. What?
How do you tame a horse in Minecraft?
I don't understand. I found the questions. Well, I guess this one kind of goes what we were talking about. Brian asked if Britt Baker earned your respect last Dynamite.
You said you didn't know about Britt Baker, but I thought she really did. She fought her fucking ass off.
Pop to the face pretty good. That's the hard thing to sell.
Oh yeah, no, especially when it actually fucking hurts.
Let's see. Did Cody deserve to win against Shawn Spears? I really think Spears should have won on that.
Spears definitely should have won. With Cody winning, it kind of makes me believe, Cody's kind of, I mean, he runs the whole fucking thing. So,
yeah, but they're also, like I said, they're probably what?
I said I don't want to see Cody get put over just because he owns the fucking company. That was what's wrong with NWO and WCW.
Yeah, well, I also feel like again they're setting up for Cody and Lance Archer.
Lance Archer would destroy Cody, but we'll see how that goes. And Cody's neck tattoo still looks like shit.
I think it looks good. It's just in a weird spot. Let's see. Spot. Who would win? Mankind versus Dude Love versus Cactus Jack versus Mick Foley in a fatal 4-way no DQ elimination.
Cactus Jack.
Oh yeah.
No questions asked.
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack is the extreme one.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it would come down to Mankind and Cactus Jack, but Cactus Jack would definitely take that one.
Who would you want to see jump from WWE to AEW or AEW to WWE?
Currently, like as it stands right now?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Who do I really want to see jump?
I feel like that list moving from WWE to AEW is too goddamn long.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I like to see Jeff Hardy go back over with his brother, but
yeah, well, don't hold your breath on that. That would be a long fucking time, if at all.
Yeah, I believe it. It's weird to see the Hardy brothers not in the same promotion. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. Like, when this is a random conversation, I can think of that all day. But right now, I'm just kind of drawing blanks because there's just so many people that I feel like would do better over there.
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of people like Ricochet would be 10 times better.
Dude, even what's his fucking name? Cedric Alexander and shit like that.
Cedric Alexander, which Cedric Alexander should definitely be a tag team with
Oh yeah,
what's his
Ricochet.
name? Yeah, that would be a phenomenal tag team in my opinion.
They just teamed up.
Yeah, I know they showed that, and the chemistry was just phenomenal for a tag team that I've never seen together.
So, yeah, and that's really it. I mean, that's it for the question. So, I think we knocked it all out there.
Well, that's cool. Actually, let's talk about some dream matches real quick because that did come up. Dream matches. Dream matches all time. Dream matches are now of current wrestlers.
Ooh.
Past, present, doesn't matter.
I'd like to see Stone Cold versus Hangman Page.
Ooh, that'd be a pretty fucking fierce
Stone Cold
match,
at
wouldn't it?
prime. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stone Cold at his fucking prime versus Hangman. Oh yeah.
I feel like it'd be a good old time.
It definitely would be. I want to see fucking what's his fucking name? I'm drawing a blank. I just was thinking of his name. Joey Janela versus fucking Tommy Dreamer.
I feel like that would be fun.
Or Sabu or any of those EC or like any of those guys.
Yeah, the extreme wrestlers.
Oh yeah. I want to see New Jack kill somebody.
Yeah.
We have some extra time here. Let's touch on Dark Side of the Ring. So this week's episode of Dark Side of the Ring was about the Brawl for All, and what a shit show that was. You got a chance to watch the whole thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Fuck Vince McMahon for that, by the way.
I don't think that was necessarily all Vince. I think that was more Vince Russo, or Russo. He was the one that presented the idea to Vince and pushed it, and all because he wanted to see JBL get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah, which he did. JBL got his bell rung.
Yeah, the only thing that pissed me off about that is you guys got mad at what's his name? Oh my god, I can't Bart Gunn for winning when you literally told him, "No, man, if you go out there and win, it's no big deal." And then he knocks out Dr. Death, and everyone lost their shit. And what did they do? They got Butterbean to beat his ass.
Yeah, I don't think the Dr. Death versus Stone Cold would have been a very good feud anyway.
No, it would have been very dumb. Plus, if a knockout is what retired that man, essentially, could you imagine how long he wouldn't have lasted after that?
He was already past his prime.
Exactly. I feel like the Brawl for All was stupid. I think it happened in '98, so I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it.
98, 99, yeah.
Like I'm a kid. I want to watch wrestling. I don't want to watch fucking boxing.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was a little young for it. I watched it later on in life, but
yeah,
it was definitely one of the dumber things I've seen. It's up there with the gobbledygooker.
Yeah, could you imagine how that would have went if they had like Steve Blackman in that bitch, like an actual like fighter?
Steve Blackman, I think, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure. Was he in it? Because I don't think he was.
I think he was, but he couldn't use his kicks, so he lost. He lost like to points. He didn't get knocked out or anything.
Let me see here.
There was one karate martial artist guy in there. I don't know if it was Blackman or not, but
yeah. Here's the tournament, Brad. Oh yes, Steve Blackman was it because he went against Mark Marrow. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. I was probably mixing up with someone else.
But like I said, when he couldn't use his actual skills or anything, so
yeah. I don't know. I thought that whole thing was stupid. I don't know. I didn't care for it. I thought it was kind of dumb. All because one guy was wanting Bradshaw's ass kicked. Like that whole shit show. Draws, that was crazy seeing Draw. I didn't know that dude got wheelchair bound from a power bomb.
Oh yeah, from D'Lo? Yeah, Draws looks fucking terrible.
I mean, hey man, he's alive and he still's out and getting down with whatever he can do, so I think that's pretty cool. Could have been worse.
That fucked up D'Lo, man. He was talking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
George
think in the next,
understands it's the business, you know.
oh
it
yeah,
happens.
I think in the next couple
Well,
episodes we can dive into other episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. I'm waiting for a certain one to come out because I feel like that's
Yeah, we'll update everybody as we go. We'll add a Dark Side of the Ring segment in the middle here.
so.
This one was primarily about WrestleMania. We're kind of just shooting shit at the end here.
Sure are.
But that seems to be all we have for everyone today. I think it was a good podcast. I think it was an informative podcast.
I agree.
Not the longest thing in the world, but who wants to listen to us for fucking 2 hours? Nobody.
Yeah, I know, right? I hear Mark's voice for 2 minutes, and I'm like, fuck, already tying this noose. I'm just kidding.
No, I understand. Trust me, I
No.
get it. I don't like my voice either.
No, it's cool. I think your voice probably sounds better than mine. When I hit puberty not too long ago, people were telling me I sounded like the Aflac duck, and
Oh no.
and then I would think
man.
about that, and it would be hard to maintain erections for me. Sorry, I've had a
You go
lot
to
of
the bathroom
wine.
and cry about it.
Yeah, I usually saved it up till I got home.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. We'll tune in next week. We're gonna have we're gonna have a little bit more of a regular show since WrestleMania's passed. Thanks everyone for
Hey, maybe
listening
we can
again.
get a guest or some shit. Another person,
Do I?
What's up?
perhaps? Get a guest of sorts, maybe?
We are 100% working on a guest. It may be as early as next week as we have a guest. If anyone is interested in being a guest, please let us know on whether our personal pages, Wrestlfyi, will answer.
I'll hit up Gilbert
yeah.
Gottfried.
I've been asking a couple people. They seem interested, so maybe next
Yeah.
week we'll have someone on.
Which would be phenomenal to have somebody else to shoot some shit with. It would be nice.
Oh shit,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot to hit record.
Again?
Yeah, well, you know it happens.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you're not gonna fall for that.
Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for listening.
Maybe
Thanks
I don't want
everyone
to
for
go.
sticking to the end.
Give me 30 seconds.
If you made it to the end of this podcast, comment
Oh.
hot dog
Oh.
on the post.
No.
I agree.
No, you have to comment bologna is hot dog pancakes.
Bologna is hot dog pancakes. Comment that on the Wrestlfyi page on whether Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Under
Yeah, and if you do
the
that, I'll
link for
I'll
this
send you a
podcast.
special video of Mark that I have.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my
No,
god!
I won't.
All right, guys. Well,
It has nothing to do with that. What? It
listening.
is a joke.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks again for listening. We're available on Spotify, Apple Music,
And a whole bunch
Buzzsprout,
of other
literally
ones.
everything. You Google Wrestlfyi, we'll show up.
Yeah.
Once again, thanks everybody for watching. My name is
Listening.
Mark. I'm with Shadows and OG Pound Town, and everyone have a good night.
good night.
Good night, all you